I am honored to serve as the first female 4-star officer and the first openly transgender 4-star officer to serve across any of the 8 uniformed services.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for. And just please, please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher. So serious. Nobody talk to me unless you want to swing. If you want to fight, text me, call me, whatever.
Shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
So this terrifying, tough woman who seems to be completely mentally stable as a teacher around kids, and she's had to resign because of this unhinged video, and now she's going on TV, turning on the waterworks and playing the victim.
This is not who I am as a professional or who I am as a teacher. I've devoted my whole life to this, you know, preparing my whole life. I always wanted to be a teacher from the time I was a young child. And, you know, I finally worked my way up to that. And I am well respected, which I appreciate. I love my students, I love their families, I love the people I work with. And you know, I'm just trying to do what's right now to get my life back on track and get back to what I love, and it's my biggest passion in the world.
What's your message to those parents?
Those parents, I am so sorry that you had to see that side of me, because the only side of me I ever wanted you to see was what you saw.
Yeah, you're sorry it's out there and you got caught in your true lunatic form, and now everyone knows who you are.
What kind of rights do you feel like women don't have in America?
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Gosh, that's such a good question. I guess it's not necessarily right, but there's not enough female representation in politics.
Yeah, that is a good question. You know, I think women should have the right to feel safe. We deserve a government that supports us.
Yeah, they can't think of anything because they know it's bullshit. Most of these Muppets have safe, comfortable lives. They just like to virtue signal, play the victim, and repeat bullshit they've heard on social media.
I hear a lot of, we're not going back. What are we not going back to? The kitchen.
Let's not take this out on kitchens. And also, most of them can't cook, so don't worry about the kitchen.
I think one of the lamest things you can do as a woman is have a husband. I think it's really lame. Whenever I'm talking to somebody who I think is like somewhat cool and suddenly they're like, oh, my husband, I'm instantly like, oh, you're what? Gross.
Getting ready for that cat lady life, the poor cats.
Leave your husband. Leave your husband.
So a lot of these woke women are blaming men for the election and they're breaking up with their boyfriends. Lucky boyfriends.
I was really upset because he told me his family voted for Trump, so I asked for a few days of space to think about, you know, do I even want to be in a relationship with someone whose family is like that? Because I've cut my own family off for that shit. I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm not. And so I needed some time to think about it because he really was good to me and I liked him a lot. And then after a couple days of thinking about it, I reached out to him saying, you know, what time do you want to get together to talk about it? And at this point he said, I'm so confused, I'm so sad, I'm so scared, I don't know, I haven't known what to say, because I voted for Trump too over the weekend with my family. And he just spilled it, just word vomited, because he was just getting so nervous about it, he couldn't keep it in anymore. So that's how I found out. And then, I kid you not, it was a 2-minute breakup. I said word for word after he sent me that, oh boy, yeah, that about does it. And then continued to tell him how disappointed I was in him. Yeah, and then I unadded him off of everything. And that's how it went. So, yeah, easiest, quickest breakup of my life.
A lot of these men dodge bullets, but when I see this, I just think that these people have no idea who they're in a relationship with. Did they not talk about their values or political views? Then I remember they're all donuts. Of course they fucking didn't.
Those chicks are so pissed that Trump won, shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place.
Celibacy the wave, you know what I mean? Anything to reduce the thoughtfulness, you know what I mean? The thoughtfulness, you know what I mean?
Brainwashed, bitchy, bitter, and now bald.
Liberal women losing their ever-loving minds because Trump got elected again. We need to have a little chat. you and I, okay? Stop it. There is no war on women. You can still walk around Target with your $12 Starbucks latte. You can vote, you can drive, you can start a business. Please get some help. You are spoiled compared to many women in other countries around the world. Your party has manipulated you into thinking that your rights would be stripped. So let me give you a perspective shift. Women in Afghanistan have actually had their rights stripped. They can't work, they can't get an education, they can't speak without permission, they are covered from head to toe, they can't drive, they can't pray out loud. Do you know how absolutely ridiculous it looks to be crying about rights while living in the land of the free?
You know how fucking embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have fucking rights? Do you know how embarrassing it is to people who can't grow hair? Do you realize how fucking stupid you look shaving your head because you're throwing a temper tantrum? I don't feel sorry for you in the least. You can buy a car. You can buy a house. You have a job. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. It all comes down to the same cry of help. Men don't fucking care about us. That's because you're fucking terrible at picking men. If these Muppets had no rights, we wouldn't be able to enjoy all their meltdowns on social media. They wouldn't be able to criticise the president. They wouldn't be able to go mental the way they're going mental. Or even colour their hair blue. Or put them stupid things in their noses.
And women who voted for Trump! Because of this, I'm cutting my hair. I'm telling you right now!
Oh, I'm so scared if Trump wins. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. What are you so scared of? Cheap gas and world peace, you dumb motherfucker? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh, you're gonna have more money in your bank account. Oh my god. What are we gonna do?
We won't go back! We won't go back! We won't go back! We won't go back!
You're flipping me off!
We won't go back! We won't go back! Shame!
Shame!
Don't tell me they're talking about the kitchen again.
We won't go back!
As college students at Oklahoma State University, I was really looking forward to having a female leader who truly understands just how stupid college-age voters are. I mean, it's not like we mean anything or add anything to the society anyways. I love fake people. I thought it was so cool when Kamala Harris pledged to prosecute oil companies, and then she switched up and started praising them as well. We don't need blue-collar workers, but I love a fake person, so it's nice to have someone who understands what it's like to be two-faced.
I was really excited to have a president who grew up in the middle class and would remind us that she grew up in the middle class each and every day.
Seeing Megan Thee Stallion shake her butt on stage at a Kamala Harris rally gave me so much hope for our future.
Maybe sure it gave a lot of guys hope too.
Oh yeah.
A little extra excitement.
I was hoping maybe they'd offer free dance lessons or something. I would love to learn how to twerk. Especially at a presidential rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently Kamala Harris paid $5 million for that bullshit.
Turn that shit off!
And apparently she paid Beyonce 10 million, Lizzo 2.3, and Eminem 1.8. Eminem, I'm disappointed. And also, if you believe in something and truly stand for something, why'd you need to pay for it? Obviously, they never believed in it, or they wouldn't have taken the money.
Guys. Listen to this.
I can't get over these numbers. $10 million for Beyonce.
What?
To step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem.
What?
I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend 20...
Hold on a second. So, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. How much do you think Donald Trump paid him? Do you think Donald Trump can afford Elon Musk? I don't think so. So you're telling me these fake relationships is what you guys wanted in the government? People paying people to act like they like each other. Y'all playing too much.
We wanted someone as funny as Kamala to be our president, so we could have a good laugh every single day.
Oh, Dean, I'm so surprised and shocked that Kamala lost the election. I know, Harry. I guess America's more racist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, and transphobic than I thought. Oh my god, you took the words right out of my mouth, Dean.
This is actually spot on. He's talking about these Muppets, aka the Beta Boys.
Beta! Because his economic policies assisted the Midwest in a huge way due to his corporate tax cuts. And what it allowed, because there was such a huge stranglehold by Democrats, especially in this state, with localization of taxes, especially in industry, it allowed them to get what they needed the most, which was access to capital, and assisted them in expanding. It was extremely helpful, and I'm hoping that he'll start making moves back to similar economic policies, which would help the local trade.
Yeah, okay, so I have a question. In terms of the corporate tax rate that's at, can you name me one point in American history that you'd point to where the corporate tax rate was that low, where we saw, like, good effects on the economy?
Yeah, during the Trump administration.
Okay, I'm referencing other than the Trump administration.
Yeah, but why would that, I don't understand why that's a non sequitur. During the Trump administration, well, hang on. During the Trump administration, I just gave you my argument. My argument was that businesses in the Midwest needed to have access to capital.
Yeah, so listen, if you actually, I can send you a paper from a liberal and conservative economist from Harvard that actually indicates there's only 0.04% annual GDP growth, specifically from the tax cuts.
Yeah, but you recognize
$1.9 trillion of debt-related spending.
Well, I'm happy to respond to this.
$28 billion to the economy.
Let's say it only, well, I'm going to explain.
Middle of my sentence?
Well, okay, so the thing is that you're throwing out more red herrings, but I'm willing to respond directly to this.
What's a red herring?
Well, so you're trying to get me to look at something that's beside my point.
It's not beside your point. I was currently making a point, you cut me off.
Well, can you respond to my point? The GDP would have nothing to do with what I said, zero.
So, okay, so if the corporate tax cut was beneficial, it would have caused an increase in the GDP, right? Increase in the
well, it did. By your own admission, it did. You just don't like how much it did.
By 0.04%.
Yeah, so why would that matter for the localization in the Midwest?
It added 0.04% to the annual GDP.
So it added to the GDP?
Which is about $28 billion per year.
Yeah.
So it nowhere near paid for itself.
How does that address my point, Parker?
To justify the spending.
How does that address my point? Can you steel man my argument for me so I know you understand it?
Yeah, so you think that it builds up American manufacturing?
That's not what I said, Parker. What did I say? I said in the Midwest, specifically inside of the Midwest, which is where all the automotive plants.
Midwest.
Yes. So can you address what the Midwest growth looked like, Parker?
Well, I was referencing the.
Yeah, I know what you're referencing. You're referencing red herring. Can you reference what the Midwest growth was? Yes, it was. What the overarching GDP would be a reference from all 50 states. Many of them have Democrat controllers. They have their own tax brackets. They have all of this. What I'm asking, I'm asking specifically if you can address my point for the Midwest specifically.
The effect on the GDP according to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act,
which has what to do with my point, Parker?
1.9 trillion is not justified, given that it only added.
Has nothing to do with my point.
$1.9 trillion of spending is the overall country spending this, and then it only added $28 billion per year.
Okay, Parker. First of all,
okay, that's very low. Very low ROI, right? Very low. So why would we use the money to do this rather to invest in other things in the economy?
Okay, so Parker, you still aren't actually addressing my point.
See, this Parker kid, he's a TikTok debater that speaks quickly and in circles to try and confuse people and throw them off. And it works on the TikTok donuts, but it's not going to work on Andrew Wilson.
Hope your day gets better.
Shut the fuck up!
Positive energy.
I reckon MJ would have voted for Trump after looking at this picture. He might have even done a little moonwalk at a Trump rally.
You ever seen Magic? Well, pick a number between 1 and 100. I'm not asking you. 37. 37? Just open that up, please.
You have to have a rude man come up to us.
How do you know I'm a man? Did you get that? Did you get her misgendering me?
What a hypocrite.
Boom, it's over. Oh, 37! There you go, thank you. Thanks, guys. You're just mad because we got it right, and it actually was 37. Okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Say you were president tomorrow. Where would you send taxpayer money?
Everybody can keep their own money.
No taxation?
No taxes, because this is America. We got a money printing machine.
Yeah.
Why are we paying taxes? Everybody keep their money.
Okay.
I like that. I agree.
Keep it all?
Keep it all.
Someone show this donut a YouTube video on economics or something. Actually, don't even bother because she still won't get it.
You do not want to get in trouble out here. This is Trump, everything, and the sheriff lives next door.
Yeah, meanwhile in a new Beyonce studies class.
I'm gonna be leaving the US and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii.
God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around.
What kind of Native Americans did they even survey? What Native American did they survey that told them they were gonna vote for Donald Trump?
Because we believe that life is sacred at all stages. We know firsthand what those socialist programs that you guys want to instill, we know what they do. We have free healthcare, we have free education, and they're both bad. We have to travel farther, so gas costs more. The majority of our people are blue-collar workers. So when they shut down refineries and decided to go clean energy, a lot of us lost our jobs. And we serve in the United States military at a higher percentage rate than anybody else.
I swear to fucking God, if a man talks to me, the next time a fucking man yells at me when I'm walking down the street, my shit on them. Men are going to live in fear.
Send them up it to Michael.
Stop it. Get some help.